We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Washington Commanders. Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week, and we are underway from FedEx Field. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. They go play action with Lawrence. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Play action. It's Lawrence. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. There's Jamin Davis, the former Kentucky Wildcat, bringing the pressure that time. Well, they sent him on the blitz from that linebacker spot, and boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast, it's hard for anyone to react.
Another try after the first down sack. Lawrence. They'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. On the move past the 40. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 36. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. Flushed out right. Trying for Kirk, and he's got him on the crossing route. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Christian Kirk. Jaguars are on the board here first in the season opener. Doug Peterson says, let's go for two here. They'll try and run it here. And he will get in to make it 8-0. So what do you make of that? You go on the road, you score the opening drive touchdown, opt to go for two, and all of a sudden they're up 8-zip.
Yeah, this wasn't a decision that they made right here and right now. They made this decision during the week. Hey, if we get the ball and score right away, let's show them that we feel like we're superior. Go for two and really put the pressure on them.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Wentz bringing the Commanders up for 1st and 10 at their own 23. To throw, it's Wentz. And oh, right away, he lost the football. And the Jags grab it. And he brings this one back. A fumble return for a Jacksonville score. So this defense clicking early in the year. Week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. So this, the 90th season of Washington football. Of course, here, the first season and first ever regular season game for the Washington Commanders. That name unveiled in a grand reveal back on February 2nd. The franchise opting to keep the burgundy and gold color scheme, adding the striking W logo on each side of the helmet and a single gold stripe running from front to back. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A handoff running left is Gibson. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That tackle by Trayvon Walker. Nice play. He blows that up behind the line of scrimmage. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage. And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team, because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Again, they'll throw with Wentz. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Picked up by Foyesade Oluokun. He's at the 30. 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all 3 phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick 6.
And it's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the second quarter.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. His throw complete right side to Bates, the tight end. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Wentz now on first down. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Well, these guys certainly need something good to go their way because this first quarter has been something of a disaster for them trying to move the ball. But that completion there maybe can get them focused and moving in the right direction.
And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Wentz to throw again. Out route looking for McLaurin. He's got him. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick 6 just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now Wentz. Throw right side taken in by Gibson. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Now Wentz on 3rd down. And he will find his man on the outside. Facing this big first-half deficit, they keep the field goal unit on the sideline. They're going for it. They'll go for it. It's Wentz. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Andre Sisco. And the Jaguars are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. I appreciate the aggressiveness trying to go for it there on 4th down, but you're in the red zone, had 3 points in your back pocket. Instead, Charles, they throw it away.
Certainly a big call to go for it on 4th down. As you said, in the red zone. Definitely going to cost them 3 points, and we'll see how that affects the game as time goes on.
He's got a man complete. The 30. 10. Touchdown, Jaguars. John Ross, an even 90 yards. And the Jags are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that worked. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Wentz is intercepted yet again. Picked up by Foyesade Oluokun. And the Jags are going to take possession of the football. On play action, Lawrence. Throw right side is going to be caught by Kirk. Touchdown! Christian Kirk, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Jaguars are able to add on to their first half lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the rout is on here in this first half.
36, Commanders nothing.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Dancing to his left. And that's caught inside the 30. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 36 yards on the play.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. To throw is Wentz. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Andre Cisco. And the Jaguars will take over here at their own 14-yard line. Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to know your quarterback and know if he's mentally tough enough to have a chance to turn it around. Or is he a guy that maybe you've seen enough and it's time to go to the backup? But right now what you're rooting for is your deep.
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Jaguars. John Ross. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his 2nd season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
Commanders nothing. Logan Cook to kick off for the Jaguars.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if I kept having a rough patch, he said, but you've got to do something
Heads up.
to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves
And now here is another interception. Picked up by Andre Cisco. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Extra point try now for Patterson. And the route is on here in this first half.
Jaguars 50, Commanders nothing. Logan Cook to kick off for the Jaguars.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Wentz. And Thomas has it. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 10 yards there. Good for a Washington 1st down.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
It's another 1st down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Wentz now on 1st down. This will be caught at Samuel. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That one goes for 30 yards.
Oftentimes now offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Foyesade Oluwakin. He's at the 50, 30, the 20, 10, 5. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. I cannot imagine a more perfect half of football for one side, CD, and a more disastrous half of football for another side. But if you focus on the positive half, with this pick six, you look at where that lead is at, and to think that we are only in the 2nd quarter. My goodness.
I love the expression, my goodness indeed. Pretty obvious. It's a free fall out there. Everybody gets a chance to make a play. And if you're on the field, you've got a great chance of being the next guy that your teammates are celebrating.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half.
Commanders
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
From the 31, Wentz. And he'll throw this one away. I don't think he's out of the pocket, no. Here comes the flag. Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Andre Sisco.
Well, I think everyone who's watching was certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, weren't we? But it was a downright miserable first half. This carried over with an interception to begin the second half. That's a defeated offense right there, and there's still a lot of game left. I don't think that's the last turnover we're going to see today, partner.
Here's the second-year man from Clemson, Travis Etienne. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And they'll go again with Etienne. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Mike's 59. Mike's 59. And it's getting it home.
So a little tardy getting everyone set, and the clock hits 0 before they could snap it.
Yeah, you can take your time and use the clock and try and get set up, but once it gets near 5 seconds, that's when you often hear a quarterback yelling, hurry, hurry, to make sure everybody's ready to get the snap off.
They go play action now. Lawrence. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. A shotgun snap and again to Etienne. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Get ready. Get ready. Get ready.
Straight ahead, Etienne. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football. sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out.
And now here's another interception. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this 3rd quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick 6 is